Tonight, dashing through the snow to get to the mall.
I got all the big shopping done, so I'm just kind of last minute things.
The hustle and bustle of the last minute adrenaline rush. Looking forward to family gatherings minus one possible side effect.
I wore my mask on the train, got my flu shot. It's all about, keeping everybody as safe as possible.
How to avoid getting sick as flu cases overwhelm some hospitals. The ultimate Canadian version of our game played on outdoor ice.
There's a minimum number of players we need. If we can get 10 kids per team.
But what happened in recent years to see registration for this outdoor league fall off? And a veteran of the Second World War
I wouldn't have known if somebody didn't tell me.
celebrates her 100th birthday. Good evening. We begin tonight with the boxes and bows and last-minute woes. The countdown to Christmas is on. Shoppers are scrambling to make sure everything is checked off their list for the big day. Some malls are even open late tonight, as new data shows most Canadians are doing the bulk of their shopping the old-fashioned way at brick-and-mortar retail. CTV's Dylan Dyson was out talking with those shoppers today and joins us in studio. Dylan?
Patricia, last-minute shoppers are checking their list twice, even 3 times, to make sure they have everything they need. Numbers show more people are returning to in-store shopping this year, and the foot traffic at the malls proves it.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks so much, eh?
This year, Ben Seabarth left his Christmas shopping until December 23rd.
I got all the big shopping done, so I'm just kind of last minute things, and I have a pretty good idea by this time.
And he's not the only one taking advantage of every shopping minute available.
Usually it's 24th, 23rd, 22nd, yeah. And I also have someone else do my own gift wrapping.
I am probably a perennial last minute shopper, so you know what? Usually I'm running around on the day before here like this.
At Carlingwood Shopping Centre, it's one of the busiest days of the holiday season.
Possibly we wrap this many gifts today as we have the whole entire season so far.
And these gift wrappers will be kept busy until Christmas Eve, as new numbers from Visa Canada show 88% of shoppers are doing their spending in stores this year, compared to just 12% online. Data shows since November 1st, Canadians have upped their holiday spending 4.5% from last year.
I think it's a combination of inflation. So even though they want to spend the same item is more expensive this year. That's part of it. The other part of it is they get caught up in marketing and social media so much and peer pressure.
But last minute shopping is where Dion Power thrives.
Usually I like to leave it to see what the deals are going to be.
And even on December 23rd, she's not done yet.
No, I'm going to go to a jewelry store tomorrow and then I should be finished.
And some malls have extended their hours for anyone still needing to pick up that last minute something. Bayshore Mall is open until 10 p.m. The Rideau Centre and St. Laurent Shopping Centre have normal hours until 9 p.m. tonight, but all 3 will close at 5 p.m. tomorrow. Patricia.
I mean, it's not really last minute until about 4:15, 4:30 tomorrow. Then the countdown's really on. Dylan, thank you very much for this. CTV's Dylan Dyson live for us tonight. And if you are heading out for some of that last-minute shopping errands, you do want to take it slowly and be careful on those roads. There is a special weather statement in effect, and the snow has led to several accidents during the evening commute. As we take a live look now at the traffic on the Queensway, you can see the roads are pretty snow-covered out there. The snow has been coming down steadily since early this afternoon, causing traffic delays, backups across the city. It is a game night as well at the Canadian Tire Centre, so that is putting more people on the Queensway as well. Earlier today, city crews kept busy. The plows were out in full force as work continues to clear the roads and sidewalks. And then tonight, we have some freezing drizzle in the mix with the snow, which could make the roads even messier. As we take a live look now at downtown Ottawa through our Skycam, which is obscured by some of that snow that is continuing to come down. -7 out there right now. And we take a look at our current conditions and what to expect over the next little bit. So periods of snow mixed with freezing drizzle this evening. That should pretty much disappear after midnight, but you'll continue to see a chance of flurries into the early morning hours, about a 40% chance of flurries tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening. It looks better for Christmas Day itself with a mix of sun and cloud. It's going to be slightly warmer on Christmas Day as well. So a pretty good chance we'll see that snow continue this evening. 40% chance tomorrow morning. It will dissipate to about a 20% chance by the noon hour, and there's some sunshine coming out later in the day. -4 is what you will see tomorrow. Right now out there in Ottawa, a little bit of a wind making it feel colder than -7. -13 is what it feels like with that wind. It's a little tough to read there, but that snow mixed with freezing drizzle is what is making it difficult on the roads and slippery. So keep that in mind and take it easy, certainly tonight. Well, the last thing anyone wants to get right now is the flu, but doctors say cases are surging across the country and hospitals here in Ottawa are feeling the pressure. Health officials are urging people to get the flu shot and take precautions, especially ahead of big family gatherings. CTV's Caitlin Wilson joins us live now with more on this. Caitlin.
Yeah, Patricia, Health Canada says this year's dominant strain has been linked to more hospitalizations, with nearly 28% of tests now coming back positive, the highest level since before the pandemic. And with the holidays around the corner, health officials say they expect the flu season to peak a week or two after Christmas and continue into the new year. 2 days before Christmas, and Sarah Farhut says things are finally back to normal.
It's been rough. The kids lost about 5 days worth of being at school, and then my hubby was home as well for 3 days, and he's immunocompromised.
For a while, she says it was touch and go with her 2 young kids and husband all sick with the flu.
We started off with croup symptoms, the barking cough, the headaches, the nausea. They all had fevers of 103.
Across the city, cases are rising, particularly among children, with those under 5 now having the second highest hospitalization rate in the country, according to Health Canada. Chio tells CTV News it saw more than 200 patients a day in its emergency department last week, with a high of 261 patients on Tuesday.
We've seen, unfortunately, some deaths in the area, and we've seen an overwhelming number of hospital visits and hospitalizations to CHIO, but also to the other hospitals all throughout the Ottawa and East Ontario region.
Health officials say this flu season is hitting harder and earlier than usual, affecting not just children, but seniors as well, and that immunization remains the best protection, especially with family gatherings around the corner.
Even now, because it will give you a protection. Now, it won't work right away. It'll take 7 to 10 days. But as your immunity increases, you'll be more protected.
And as shoppers pick up last-minute items, some say protecting loved ones is top of mind, with this year's strain of influenza A highly transmissible.
I have a 90-year-old mother-in-law that lives with us, so we're sort of trying to keep her as safe as possible as well, but she got her flu shot.
If we're having a gathering and somebody is ill or showing symptoms, then they just don't show up.
As for Farhut, she says for now the worst appears to be over.
So far, so good. We're going to pull through with what we have planned.
And doctors say parents should seek urgent care if their children are having difficulty breathing or showing signs of dehydration. Patricia?
Worst time for it. All right, CTV's Caitlin Wilson live for us tonight. Thank you. And we have extended coverage of what you need to know about this flu season and tips for staying safe during the holiday season. There are more stories online at ctvnewsottawa.ca. Still ahead, it's not just a cocktail, it's a festive cocktail in a festive bar. These pop-ups all over Ottawa, more popular than ever this year. We'll take you on a festive pub crawl coming up. Well, developing news out of the Kingston area tonight. The Wolfe Island Ferry is out of service just 2 days before Christmas, forcing the province to bring in a temporary replacement. Wolfe Island is just south of Kingston. The ferry is the only way people who live on the island can access the mainland. The Ontario Ministry of Transportation announced yesterday morning that ferry service was suspended due to a mechanical issue. It has so far been unable to fix the problem. But in an update on social media late this afternoon, the ministry said it had placed the Quinte Loyalist into service as a temporary replacement vessel to transport walk-on passengers only. This ferry cannot accommodate vehicles. There's no word on when the Wolfe Island Ferry will be able to return to service. Well, turning now to the latest in Canada Post's labour dispute with workers. Even though the two sides have finally found common ground and have announced a tentative agreement, there are many Canadians that have delivered a message saying, too little, too late. CTV's Stefan Keys is following the latest for us tonight and joins us live with this. Steph.
Patricia, it's fair comment to say many questions still remain about the future of the ailing Crown Corporation. And so while many are rolling their eyes saying, finally, this might be over, it may not be a collective sigh of relief to suggest the service plays a big role in their lives anymore. Now we know there are businesses who find it more cost efficient than some of the courier alternatives, but some business owners have said they were forced to pivot during the holidays and may punish Canada Post by choosing not to go back, feeling burnt by the labor dispute, compromising their bottom line. It's a level of reliability many are losing confidence in. Deja vu because it wasn't the first strike to have holiday or busy season impact.
We just didn't feel we had the confidence to go into the holiday season with them again, which really saddened us because we've used them for the last 11 years.
One expert says although this will help the Crown Corporation in the short term, it doesn't solve their long-term financial problems.
They are still bleeding. They are hemorrhaging incredible amounts of money. So they're a long way away from where they have to be. They've got a huge job ahead to become more dynamic and productive and competitive.
Here's a reminder of the deal on the table. Canada Post said the agreements include a 6.5% wage increase in year 1, a 3% hike in year 2, and increases matching inflation in years 3 through 5. They also include enhanced benefits and a weekend parcel delivery model, which had been a key sticking point in negotiations. CUPW's National Board is recommending its members accept the deals. Ratification votes are set to be held early in the new year, Patricia.
All right, CTV's Stefan Keys live for us tonight. Thank you. Well, a long-standing outdoor hockey league is looking for more kids to join in on a fun winter tradition. They say enrollment softened after a couple of bad weather years, and they want to make sure kids and their families know outdoor hockey is still an option. The West Carleton Outdoor Hockey League involves kids aged 5 to 15 with boys and girls playing together. It has been around in the community for about 50 years. Last week, the league issued a request to parents to sign their kids up. League organizers say they only have about 80 participants right now.
There's a minimum number of players we need. Typically, if we can get 10 kids per team at different age groups, then that gives enough.
It is dwindling a little bit in numbers, but we'd love to see it rise up.
It'd be quite sad because I like playing hockey.
Parents interested in signing their kids up can register through their respective community associations. Fees vary by community, but are quite reasonable, between $50 and $70 per child. Well, the lawyer accused of playing a role in the international drug trafficking operation of fugitive and ex-Olympian Ryan Wedding was granted bail today. The Toronto judge set bail at more than $5 million and said he believes Deepak Paradkar will cooperate with the justice system, if only to save his own life. CTV's John Woodward reports.
Are you concerned for your husband's safety?
No answer today from Mandy Paradkar about the responsibility she has to keep tabs on her husband after he was released on bail on Thursday. Justice Peter Bodden saying if lawyer Deepak Paradkar stays under house arrest with her and puts down $5 million, he can leave the notorious Toronto South Jail, where Paradkar testified several inmates on his range were stabbed in a knife fight, and Bodden said couldn't guarantee his safety. A danger that could pale in comparison to what Paradkar could face on the outside, Bodden said, saying the network of former Olympian turned alleged drug lord Ryan Wedding would probably not help him flee. The troubling reality is that these individuals are more likely to kill Mr. Paradkar than to protect him in exchange for silence, Bodden said. The most compelling reason to believe that Mr. Paradkar will attend court is that it may be the only way to stay alive. The irony unmissable. Paradkar himself is accused of advising Wedding to kill a witness to stop an American prosecution. An informant was murdered in Colombia in January.
He's shocked. He's very concerned.
Paradkar has commented frequently in the media on his Ontario cases, from the murder of a young father and the extradition of Yahoo hacker Kareem Baratov.
Clearly there was pressure by the U.S.
That was the case where he appeared opposite Crown lawyer Heather Graham, the same lawyer who sought to keep him behind bars now. Paradkar will wear an ankle bracelet and is not allowed to use electronic devices to communicate with anyone except through his wife. John Woodward, CTV News.
The U.S. Justice Department released a new batch of documents related to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein today. The latest includes about 30,000 pages of documents, and once again, many are heavily redacted, but they do provide yet another glimpse into Epstein's murky world and who exactly was in it. CTV's Abigail Beeman has the details.
Another deluge of documents about sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, including an email saying U.S. President Donald Trump traveled on Epstein's private jet many more times than previously reported. The trove includes a disturbing letter purported to be written by Epstein to Larry Nassar in prison, the U.S. Olympics gymnastic team doctor convicted of sexual abuse, reading in part, "Good luck. We shared one thing, our love and caring for young ladies and the hope they reach their full potential. And our president also shares our love of young nubile girls, and life is unfair." The letter doesn't mention Trump by name, and CTV News has not confirmed whether it is authentic. Late Tuesday, the Department of Justice said the FBI confirmed the letter is fake after flagging discrepancies such as a postmark from Virginia and not New York, where Epstein was jailed. Haley Robson is an Epstein abuse survivor and former Trump supporter.
I would love to see number 47 get impeached over this.
The Department of Justice posted this controversial message. Some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims against the president, but doesn't mention specifics.
It's troubling, to say the least. The statement now from the DOJ being on the defensive when it was really their job to release these documents, their job to properly redact victims' names that they completely failed to do.
What this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party has.
The slow leak of heavily redacted information has been criticized by both Epstein victims and lawmakers. The scandal continues to plague the president and Republicans ahead of the midterm elections in 2026. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Well, it is a celebration a century in the making for one Ottawa Second World War veteran. Happy birthday to you. Meet Margaret Hickman, Linwood Park Retirement, holding a special 100th birthday party for her today. At just 18 years old, she joined the Canadian Army.
I don't feel any different than I did last week. I wouldn't have known if somebody didn't tell me. No secret. I just live from day to day to day, just getting up and going to bed and doing whatever I think I should be doing in the interim.
My mother is somebody with a lot of determination.
She was married to her husband, Richard, for 63 years. They raised 4 children together and have 6 grandchildren and 9 great-grandchildren. Congratulations to her.
This is like coming to your grandma's house on Christmas Eve.
Well, just ahead, we take you to some of the Christmas bars that have popped up here in Ottawa, all decked out for the holidays. And here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. It is snowy out there. There is snow on the roads. The snow continues to come down. We'll see that mix of freezing drizzle and snow through the evening before tapering off to flurries. It is -8 in Ottawa right now. Take it easy if you're out.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Boll.
Today's Snow Report is brought to you by Camp Fortune. Let us teach you to love winter.
Well, they are loving this snow today at Camp Fortune, no doubt. 2 of 6 lifts are open at Fortune. 5 runs are available for skiers as well. So getting there as we take a look at conditions elsewhere and what is available. So 2 lifts at Edelweiss and 8 runs are open. 4 lifts at Mont Cascade, 6 runs open for skiers. All 3 lifts are going at Calabogie Peaks, and half of their runs are available. And at Vorlage, it's 3 and 3, 3 lifts, 3 runs, and lots of new snow on the ground.
Let us teach you to love winter. We offer ski and snowboard lessons, a vast variety of runs, and let's not forget après-ski in our new pub 1920. See you on the slopes.
Well, if you're looking for a fun and festive holiday activity, you may want to check out one of the Christmas-themed bars in this city. They are becoming more popular here in Ottawa, with several new restaurants getting in on the tradition this year. CTV's Camille Wilson stopped by a few.
For Rebecca Berthume and Rebecca Como, Nan's Parlor feels very familiar.
This is like coming to your grandma's house on Christmas Eve. This is like, it's surrounded by all the like nostalgic Christmas decorations. It's glitter, it's lights, it's just like pure joy, and it's over the top, which is exactly like what I want on Christmas.
Definitely a treat for the eyes as well as the palate.
Bars across Ottawa are decked out for the holidays, featuring festive decor and themed cocktails.
We decided to come here tonight to really get those Christmas vibes. It's definitely doing it for me. I'm ready to go home and watch Christmas movies.
This night out, a third annual tradition and a way to kick off the season.
This is actually like when Christmas starts. It's my last day of work before holidays.
It just brings a lot of festivity into the Byward Market, and it also brings in a lot of customers. People love to enjoy the Christmas spirit, and we love to reciprocate that kind of energy.
Over on Elgin Street, the Standard, Good Neighbor, and Elgin Beer Project participating in the Sippin' Santa Miracle, a combined Christmas cocktail menu pop-up event.
A big annual thing for a lot of families and friends whenever we get back in Ottawa. So we take pride in knowing that we are the hub for Christmas when it comes to restaurants, bars, and specialty cocktails.
And the festive restaurants, a popular spot for holiday work parties.
I came here for a work event, but as soon as I came in and saw how decorated it was incredible. It's hard to not feel the Christmas spirit, especially in a place that's done up so beautifully.
Bartender Regan Ash says drinks are made based on Christmas-themed entertainment.
Based off of Christmas songs or Christmas movies, and then we try to go around that and kind of elevate classic cocktails.
And for the Rebecca friends, this is what Christmas is meant to be, pure delight.
You start with your favorite Christmas movie and you find the cocktail that aligns with your favorite Christmas movie, but we have had to work our way through, and we've experienced many of them, and they're all delicious.
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
I'm drinking water, which is fine for now. It's certainly going to be a white Christmas in Ottawa after this latest dump of snow. We do have a special weather statement in effect for the region. It has been snowing since early this afternoon. You can see a very snowy day over at Dow's Lake. That snow started about noon today, got really heavy between 3 and 5, and is continuing into the evening as well as we take a look at your weather picture. So right now, -8 with the wind, feels more like -14. We'll see the periods of snow mixed with freezing drizzle through the evening until about midnight or so. Then that will change back into just flurries, and we see those in the early morning hours and then picking up again perhaps later in the day today as we take a look at what is moving through on our satellite radar picture. You all wanted this, right? The white Christmas. So it's the tough stuff when you're driving through it, but it should be beautiful over the next couple of days as we take a look at what we have across the country right now for anyone who is traveling. So -6 in St. John's. They are getting some snow there as well. -9 in Charlottetown, cold in Fredericton and in Halifax, -12 and -10. It is quite a bit milder if you are Toronto bound, a +5 day today, 7 degrees in Windsor as well. But as we move further out west, those mild temperatures disappear for the most part. -14 in Winnipeg, -13 with a mix of sun and cloud in Regina. Chilly in Edmonton at -20, very cold up north as we get closer to Christmas. Calgary seeing -5, so not bad with a mix of sun and cloud. And Vancouver, of course, pretty mild, 6 degrees and overcast. As we take a look at our lows tonight, heading into Christmas Eve, they are not changing significantly from what we saw in terms of a high temperature. We're going to hover right where we were, -5 in Ottawa, more mild along the Seaway for you. And overnight, we'll see -8 in Petawawa and Gatineau, milder in Kemptville. Montreal will see -6 with that snow continuing tonight. For your daytime high on Christmas Eve, pretty good. We're seeing -2 in Ottawa, right at the freezing mark in Brockville, 1 degree in Kingston and in Trenton. These are the types of temperatures that worry you if there's a lot of precipitation in the forecast, but all we have is flurries. We're not hearing anything about freezing rain or anything like that at this point, so you can enjoy that mix of sun and cloud tomorrow on your Christmas Eve. -2 in Gatineau, -1 in Montreal and in Kemptville, a little colder to the west and north of us tomorrow. As we check your 7-day forecast, brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating over 80 years in family business. All right, so for Christmas Eve, that 40% chance of flurries and -2, pretty good conditions. Christmas Day looks beautiful. a mix of sun and cloud, and -3. It'll start to cool off again a little overnight. -7 will be the overnight low. And on Boxing Day, we'll see colder conditions with -11 for your daytime high and right down to -13 overnight, but warming up again a little bit from there into the weekend, which follows Christmas and Boxing Day so nicely. So for a lot of people, it means 4 days off in a row to enjoy. Well, just ahead, we explain why you may be paying more for some alcohol in the new year.
Tonight, new revelations from the infamous Epstein files.
I think that we need to use discernment when all these files are coming out.
What the latest batch of documents are saying about the U.S. president. Later on CTV National News and watch on Crave.
Well, there is growing tension tonight between the United States and Venezuela over access to the South American country's oil resources. Washington has already seized 2 oil tankers and is after a third. But as CTV's Jeremy Sharon reports, the U.S. president's interest in Venezuelan oil could have implications for Canada.
Off the coast of Venezuela, sanctioned oil tankers have become the target of U.S. authorities. 2 have been intercepted and seized already, along with millions of barrels of oil, and Washington says it's after more.
Maybe we'll sell it. Maybe we'll keep it. Maybe we'll use it in the strategic reserves. We're keeping it. We're keeping the ships also.
The U.S. has increased its military presence in the Caribbean Sea. Trump ordered a blockade last week, calling it the biggest armada the U.S. has ever had in South America. Today, Venezuelans hit the streets in protest of the U.S. president they called Pirate Trump, who Monday had this warning for Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
He can do whatever he wants. It's all right. Whatever he wants to do. If he wants to do something, if he plays tough, it'll be the last time he's ever able to play tough.
Meanwhile, the tension could have implications for Canada.
Venezuela has some of the largest oil reserves in the world. They're primarily heavy oil and bitumen, which are very much like what Canada's reserves are here in Alberta in the oil sands.
Political instability in Venezuela has given Canadian oil producers the advantage, but if that changes, it could mean increased competition.
This makes it all the more important for us to think about sending our oil again to the Pacific, to a Northwest Pacific pipeline, knowing that the Asian market is growing.
Trump's interest in Venezuelan oil could eventually force a fight for access to the U.S. market. But the question is,
how long would it take to build the projects that could start to displace Western Canadian oil? And I think that would take a long time.
That means time is in Canada's favor. And in the short term, it could actually increase demand for Canadian heavy crude. But it could also lead to uncertainty and price volatility in the market. Jeremy Sherrill, CTV News, Ottawa.
In tonight's big picture, Christmas has come early at a zoo in Ohio. Santa stopped by the Cincinnati Zoo this week and hand-delivered presents to all of the animals. The red pandas got their own gift boxes to open. The bears received blueberries and peanuts. And the otters got to open their own stockings, which were filled with fish and clams. Well, now some other stories you need to know right now. The price of some alcohol products could rise in the new year. The changes come from Premier Doug Ford's plan to expand how alcohol is sold in the province. Convenience stores, bars, and restaurants have been getting a special 15% discount rate on booze, but that will end this month, with the discount decreasing to just 10%. Restaurants Canada says customers dining out will likely foot the bill. A new poll suggests Ontarians are waiting too long for diagnostic tests and specialist appointments, causing stress and putting patients' health at risk. The poll, conducted by Abacus Data, shows 33% of respondents waited more than 6 months to see a specialist or to get a diagnostic test, and another 37% waited 3 to 6 months. Ontario Health says the average time a patient with a non-urgent condition should wait for a diagnostic scan is between 2 and 28 days.
Winner, Ganyo.
One lucky Ontario resident could become a multi-millionaire before Christmas. The Lotto Max jackpot remains at a maximum $80 million prize for a 4th draw in a row. It has been nearly 2 months of twice-weekly draws with no ticket, matching all 7 numbers picked. Tonight's Lotto Max prize pool will also feature 43 Max Million draws for $1 million each.
Right after that, America, we have 54. Next number up is 18.
And in the U.S., the Powerball jackpot is now $1.7 billion after the latest draw there without a winner. Last night's was the 46th drawing without someone taking home the eye-popping prize. The next chance will be Christmas Eve, when the jackpot is expected to be the fourth largest in U.S. lottery history. The odds of winning are 1 in 292.2 million. And here's a look at what will be open and closed in Ottawa on Christmas Day. There will be no garbage or recycling collection. It will be delayed by a day. LCBO, beer store, and wine rack stores will all be closed. All malls and grocery stores will be closed. OC Transpo will operate on a Sunday schedule. No Canada Post delivery. And passport offices and Service Canada locations will all be closed. Then on Boxing Day, you will have garbage and recycling collection, but again, it will have been delayed by one day. LCBO beer store and wine rack stores will be open, but there may be limited hours there. Malls will be open again, along with most grocery stores, and OC Transpo will run on a Saturday schedule. Passport offices and Service Canada locations, as you might suspect, will remain closed.
When we saw reports of kids with red or peeling skin and even chemical burn-like injuries, that really raised serious questions.
Well, just ahead, a warning about a popular toy ahead of Christmas. We'll have the details on an investigation into squishy toys and why they may be dangerous if they break open.
The most important part of any journey is to arrive safely. Hi, I'm Patricia Bowl.
And I'm Stefan Keys from CTV. Distracted or impaired driving can have devastating consequences.
Hey, it's Ashley.
And Gord from Ottawa's Pure Country 94.
Always plan for a designated driver, and please keep your phone down.
Everyone can help keep communities safe.
Drive safe. Brought to you by the Ottawa Safety Council. For more information on road safety programs and services, visit ottawasafetycouncil.ca.
The Bell Media building is lit up beautifully this year thanks to our friends at Christmas Decor from Nutrilon. Christmas is just 2 days away. If you're looking for any last-minute gifts, those soft, squishy fidget toys are popular with kids, but you do have to be careful. A new investigation found some of the toys can break open and leak liquids that can be dangerous. Here's CTV's Pat Foran.
Loved by kids, these bright, colorful squishy balls are often marketed as calming sensory tools, but there is a troubling trend. Hundreds of one-star reviews on Amazon saying the toys popped within an hour or broke within 2 hours of playing with it. The sticky gel from some toys left kids with red, irritated, or peeling skin. Reports on the website saferproducts.gov claim children suffered severe skin irritation after their squishy toys burst open.
Breakage alone is a concern, but when we saw reports of kids with red or peeling skin and even chemical burn-like injuries, that really raised serious questions, and it made us want to take a look at what's inside of these.
Companies don't have to list the ingredients of what's inside these squishy toys. Consumer Reports tested some of them to learn more about what they're made of.
Scientists bought 8 squishy gel toys, broke them open, and tested the pH of the gel inside. 7 had a neutral pH. One of them, the Nido Groovy Glob, had a pH level of 2, which is as acidic as lemon juice or vinegar.
That level of acidity could pose a risk of chemical burns, especially on children's delicate skin. Schilling, the maker of Nido, challenged the findings and said the inner gel is made of polyvinyl alcohol, which is safe for skin contact. The company said after selling 100 million Nido toys, there have only been 4 reports of incidents to the Consumer Product Safety Commission. TikTok trends have been encouraging people to microwave squishy toys to make them softer. Don't do that. Testers found some toys exploded after just 15 seconds, reaching temperatures above 200 degrees, which could cause instant burns.
Never microwave or freeze them. Don't leave them in the car. Don't give gel-filled toys to babies or toddlers.
And if one does break on your child's skin, wash it off right away and throw the toy out. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Real gross domestic product decreased by 0.3% in October, with a drop in manufacturing driving the decline. BNN Bloomberg's Morella Fernandez has more.
Statistics Canada reported growth in manufacturing in September ahead of this fallback in October. This was the steepest decline since December 2022. Machinery production was down close to 7%. Wood manufacturing dropped over 7%. Washington has a tariff on furniture and wood products like cabinetry that come from Canada. That's dragging the sector down. And a strike by Canada Post workers also hit service industries. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up over 73 cents. West Texas Intermediate is up to 58.38. Western Canadian Select is up over $1 to 44.66. And the TSX gained another 58 points for another record close, ending the day at 32,058. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marella Fernandez.
This lady, she was giving out stockings to the unhoused. I was one of the recipients, and that always stuck with me.
Well, just ahead, a PEI family is stuffing stockings, but not with gifts, with essentials for those without a home this Christmas. We'll have that story after the break.
Get the latest live local breaking news. Sign up now for our morning and evening CTV News Ottawa newsletter. The best local content from CTV News, Your Morning Ottawa, and News Talk 580 CFRA. Get it all in one place. Sign up now at ctvnewsottawa.ca. The CTV News Ottawa newsletter is brought to you in part by CAA Business.
On December 23rd, Festivus, everybody. We got the Festivus poll here in the community.
Well, anyone who watched the huge hit Seinfeld way back when knows that December 23rd marks Festivus, a festival for the rest of us. Today, Councillor Tim Tierney paid homage on social media, suggesting the photo radar polls could stand in as Festivus polls. Tierney asking people to post their grievances underneath his social media post. If you know, you know. Well, for many households, it has been a hard year, and Christmas will be more modest. But one PEI family is refusing to scale back their annual tradition of supporting those experiencing homelessness. For 7 years, they've been filling stockings with essentials and handing them out around the holidays. Here's CTV's Maria Saru.
In Andrea Donaldson's living room, the holiday season starts with stuffing stockings full of necessities. They won't hang in her house. Instead, they'll be handed out to people who are homeless. Donaldson's been doing this for 7 years, inspired by her own personal experience.
This lady, she was giving out stockings to the unhoused. I was one of the recipients, and that always stuck with me. It made me feel like, loved and unforgotten.
Now, that's how she wants others to feel.
Gloves, hats.
And her children play a big part. Donaldson says it teaches them to love others, and the kids say they have other reasons too.
Because she's my prettiest mama.
Like other families across the country, this Christmas will be smaller at the Donaldsons' house with fewer gifts under the tree.
I had to actually, tell them, this year's going to look a little different, but they still have gifts, so.
But there are many more stockings, with at least 50 going out this year, thanks to families, businesses, and organizations that donated, like the Village in Summerside.
There's a high risk involved with sleeping outside during the winter months, obviously. We've seen a lot of frostbite situations happen. We've seen people's health decline rapidly.
The stockings are filled with hand warmers, hats, hygienic products, treats, and much more. The stockings will be distributed around Christmas Day across Montague and Charlottetown, with whatever's left over dropped off at homes across the island. Maria Sru, CTV News, Murray Harbour.
Well, many people are taking time off during the holidays, but volunteers at One Ontario Hospital are putting in overtime, crafting gift bags for patients this holiday season. Here's CTV's Pauline Chan.
They're as busy as Santa's elves here in the Arts and Crafts Room at Milton District Hospital. Melba Stadler is sewing gift bags.
They have made 65 for us. Then the gift shop people go out and we buy the merchandise that go into the bags.
Things like playing cards, socks, and toiletries. Many of the patients in the continuing transitional care unit are elderly with few visitors, so gifts are always appreciated. The ladies also make personalized dolls for pediatric patients.
We start by cutting out these dolls and sewing them up, and then we stuff them, and we make little gowns for them. and we dress them, and they're taken to the pediatric ward. And from there, the doctors and nurses, they usually mark where the operation is going to be. They put little IVs on their arms, and they're given to the children that they can make their face and take them home with them.
For those staying overnight, colorful pillowcases.
Most of the fabrics are donated, and I love putting together, I'll show you a whole one, something bright and cheerful.
375 volunteers at the hospital. We just celebrated 65 years of being an auxiliary, which is incredible.
HR Director Michelle LaRue says while scheduled surgeries go down over the holidays, admissions are usually high because of emergencies and respiratory illnesses. And for those heading into surgery, the volunteers help there too.
So we keep the doctors and their offices supplied with these. And what they have in them is all of the information that the surgeon's going to need to require.
At Halton Healthcare, we have over 1,300 volunteers across all 3 sites, all bringing a little bit something special to each hospital.
We ask in the community if people will save their Christmas cards, and the girls cut them all out and punch them, and they go to the Christmas wrap.
The gift wrapping desk at the local mall uses the gift tags on the presents they wrap.
The Christmas gift wrap at Milton Mall continues until December 24th, and even on Christmas Day, there will be some volunteers here at the hospital helping wherever they're needed. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
Well, coming up, former Senator Josh Norris back in town to make his first appearance versus his old team, and he's not the only one who's pumped. Taking a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam, -8 out there. The snow is starting to taper off, but is still coming down. It is a winter wonderland. Do take it easy if you are driving in Ottawa this evening.
You're watching CTV News with Patricia Bowl.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sneha Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Tomorrow on CTV Your Morning Ottawa, it's not Christmas Eve without great Christmas movies. We got Mr. Hollywood stopping by to give us his picks this holiday season. Wake up the right way with Your Morning Ottawa starting at 6.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
Here's a recap of the top stories we are following right now.
I got all the big shopping done, so I'm just kind of last-minute things, and I have a pretty good idea by this time.
Well, the last-minute shopping rush is on. Shoppers packing malls and stores with just 2 days left until Christmas.
I have a 90-year-old mother-in-law that lives with us, so we're sort of trying to keep her as safe as possible as well, but she got her flu shot.
Health officials are urging people to get their flu shot as cases surge ahead of Christmas.
This is like coming to your grandma's house on Christmas Eve.
If you are looking for something to do over the holidays, you could check out one of the several Christmas bars that have popped up across the city. We want to take a final look at your forecast as that snow continues to come down. It has been falling all day. It will continue with a mix of snow and freezing drizzle in the evening, taper off after midnight, but you could wake up to a chance of flurries both early in the day and again later in the day tomorrow. -2 when you wake up tomorrow, so a milder day on the way. That is our daytime high. Christmas Day, -3 with a mix of sun and cloud. It gets colder again for Boxing Day, but you don't have to go anywhere on Boxing Day, so that's okay. And then warming up a little into the weekend. Well, finally for us tonight, the Buffalo Sabres are in town tonight, which means Josh Norris is also back in town. Norris was a first-round pick for the Sens back in 2017, had all kinds of injury trouble over his years in Ottawa. He was traded to Buffalo in a deal that brought Dylan Cousins this way back in March. Well-liked by players and fans, and he was getting some love at the boards during the game day skate this morning. TSN's Claire Hanna capturing this. Cousins has already faced his old team, but this will be a first opportunity tonight for Norris.
Broken stick on the ice. Jensen lays it off. Batherson scores!
And the Senators are on a 4-game winning streak as they prepare to take on the Sabres this evening. Unfortunately, Buffalo even hotter. They have won 6 in a row. The two teams are battling it out in a tight Atlantic division. Tonight will be the Sens' final game before a 3-day Christmas break. They next play in Toronto on December 27th. And I hear that Josh Norris is incredibly excited about this game tonight, was excited to be back in town as well, might have had dinner with Senators captain Brady Tkachuk last night. But all of that falls away when they're on the ice this evening. A big Go Sens go out there. And if you're headed to the game or anywhere else tonight, take it easy. Have a good evening. We'll see you back here for our Christmas Eve newscast at 6 p.m. tomorrow.